Hey Charlie, how are you? Saturn. Welcome to the stream, guys. Okie dokie dokie. We're at Tangier Airport, and the ICA code is Golf Mike. What is it? Tango Tango. That's it. Woof woof to you. Yeah, we're going to fly up to Madrid. So we'll have a look at the. Just going to have a look at the scenery here. This is freeway. I downloaded it, but it could be a lot better. I put a ortho tile in there too as well, but it's sort of not looking all the best. I think if my geography is right, Tangier Airport I think is in Morocco. Hello Master, how are you? Thanks for joining. I haven't done one of these for a while, so a little bit rusty. But of course you can see we're taking the MD-80. That's the Iberia livery. I don't think Iberia have any of these aircraft anymore. They retired them all. Alright, let's start things rolling. Make sure our parking brake is set, which it is. And turn our battery on. And we've got to do our position light next. Emergency lights. No smoking sign. Going to request the GPU. Before we do anything there though, I'll just make sure that's in pounds. And we'll move him a bit. And get our external power on. Our start pump's got to come on. We'll start up the APU. Make sure that's running. The needle's starting to move around up here, up to 100. So while that's all happening, I'll get our fuel, passengers, cargo in. SimBrief have given me some details. So first off, the block fuel is in pounds 21062, backspace 2. What's happening there? Try that again. Total payload for the strip is 38200, and our trip fuel 7381. Our landing weight's 129.880, which is below the maximum landing weight. And just looking at the chat, gee, this is the most I've ever had. Geo, how are you? Okay, what we can do now is we can start loading the fuel and expedite it so we don't have to wait. I'm going to put him away for a while. Now that our GPU is running, we can use the the APU is running. We can use those. We can turn off these, and we can dismiss the GPU. Got to put this pump on here to feed the APU. Okay, up to the bleed. Both of those come on. Put our galley switch on. Our anti-fog, anti-ice come on. And start our alignment. Your damper comes on. Radio Shack Venturi fan comes on. Our cabin pressure will all be automatic, but what we can do here is cabin temperature auto. I think we should leave that. Yep. Cabin supply can go over cabin. Altimeter. Where are we? Navi tab. $1026. Put him out of the way for the moment. Get rid of that. Wrong one. Brighten it up a bit. I think I'm just double check that. 1026. So it'll automatically put those figures into the emergency, and also over here the first officers, so you don't have to do those individually. Give a quick push on the fuel use reset. Our hydraulic pumps go to low for the moment. We might as well put our transponder now, leave it at 2000. ATC aren't around at this time of the night, so that goes over to standby at 2000. And we're ready to do the FMC. Pause in it. And it was Golf Mike Tango. And up to Madrid. Oops, one too many. So that's Lima, Echo, Mike Delta. Activate. We'll do a company route. Care of Simbrief. What's going on? I'm doubling up on all of these. Activate that. Flight for Iberia is India Bravo Echo, and we'll do one random number. We can't execute that until the alignment's finished. so we don't touch that. We go to perfect. Now because I've already loaded all of the fuel, cargo, passengers, we can just click that in and propagate. Reserves 3, cost index 100. Yeah, my mouse seems to be double clicking there. And flight level is going to be 320. Now outside cruise wind is going to be 114/014. And our top of climb outside temperature is going to be minus 51. Oh, wrong place. Do that again. Yeah, see, it keeps doubling up on me. But anyway, just have to watch that. That's better. Transition altitude. Now, we're going to have to find that out, so bear with me. Transition altitude is, oh gee, that's unusual, 4,200 feet. Okay, takeoff. Our outside temperature here is 15 degrees. So I'm going to flex, and to do that we go up to here. I'm going to flex it, say 40. And what we've then got to do, of course, is we've got to turn off the ART. It's got to come off. Captain Reynolds, thanks for joining the stream. Okay, with the V-speeds, you can do it two ways. You can either wait until your flaps are in their takeoff position, and then you just hit these buttons and it'll automatically fill itself out. But Rotate provide a V-speed graphs, what do we call it? A table. So what we do is we look at the gross weights, 137, and looking at my tables, if I go from flaps 11, it's going to be B1136. For VR it's 141. And for V2 it's 149. Done. Okay, if we look over here now, everything's lit up, so it means that we're aligned. So now we can hit that execute key. Let's have a look at our departures and arrivals. And before we do anything there, we go up and get Avitab down again. Have a look at the winds. They're 08090 knots. Cavoc, pretty good conditions. We've already got our Q&H in. So let's just have a look at which runway at 080. So not a very big airport, this one. So there's our airport. We've got runway 10 and runway 28. There we are, parked. So if we're going to be winds from 080, they're coming this way, it's going to be a runway 10 takeoff. Just move him out of the way again for the minute. And we'll just go and have a look at our legs. So our first waypoint is NAMI, PMOS, Mark, Alcohol, etc. Well, we've got all the way there. It's only about an hour, a little bit over an hour flight. I think it's about an hour and a half. So if we go to our departures and we go to runway 10, and there's NAM 1D there, so that's more than likely going to be it. Execute, legs, and we'll have a look at our modes. Yep, looks pretty good to me. Okay, I'll worry about the stars when we're airborne, because even though SimBrief's given me a designated runway at Madrid at 32 left, if we have a change of wind direction, we'll have to look at that again. Okay, back to getting things ready here. We can put our APU bleed on. We turn off one of these. We go down and get our cross feed valves open. We can close our doors. Let's go outside and do that. I'll get rid of that. All the guys. Come on, move. And start closing a few doors and things. So close the forward door and we bring up the stairs. And we close the rear stairs. It's well modelled, I reckon. And we close our cargo doors. Okay, next in our, what do we do up here? I think now it's the, we put on all our fuel pumps. Centre pumps, we'll have a look, see if we're going to be using anything there. We are 2548 total pounds there, so we can turn them on as well. Now the galley comes off. The HP bleeds, both of those come off. Whoops, wrong one. Go down to our hydraulic pumps, and this transfer goes on, and the auxiliary goes on as well. Our position strobe lights come on, our anti-collision ones come on, our transponder now goes to XPDR. Flight director comes on. We'll set our maximum bank angle to 15. Now our heading runway, we better set that in. 98.098 degrees. I can pull that over that one. So a lot of these knobs on the rotate, you can either pull them over or scroll, but not every one of them. So departure altitude, we've got flight level 320, but let's say we just put our 10,000. Yeah, this one you can't scroll. See, there's no, oh yes you can, I'm lying. So 10 there. Okay, now with our speed, we don't put in our V1. We put in 150. Sorry, 250. That matches the climb out speed anyway. Alright, one other thing we have to do is we've got to check our fuel quantities. And what we've got to do here is we've got a zero fuel weight from sim brief of 116723. So we hold that and we close enough, it'll switch back to gross weight. There we go. So what we can do now is we can call for our pushback. And which way are we going to go? Well, let's have a look. So we've got to travel over to 10. There's taxiway there. Tango 3, 4, 5. Holding point will be Foxtrot. So we're going to have to take it back this way, tail over to the right and taxi down here. Better pushback. Oh, it's already set up. I must have flown in out of here before. Oh well.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Who else is in the chat there? Oh, still the same guys.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, while the tow's driving, I drive up. This is where I do my long trim, because there's usually plenty of time. Okay, so what we do is go to menu, go to take off, and we've got a center of gravity of 8. Bring that one up, 8. Flaps 11. So between 7 and 8 for the long trim, we bring it down.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
And we match those two sliders until they're perfectly in line with each other, otherwise Betty will let us know. We set this one over to 11 for the flap setting. And we're ready to go. Ace Aviation, thanks for joining the stream.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I'm just reading some of these things. Saturn, you're going to look after my emus. The emus on the runway wouldn't be good, would it? I mean, a bird strike is one thing, but an emu strike's another. Did he ask me to? I don't know whether he did. I might have missed that, did I? See what he says.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
Thank you very much. Starting engine 2. N2's got to rise to 2021. It's a bit slower than the Zevo and a lot of others, but older aircraft, older engines. Okay, 2021. I might just turn the sound up there if everybody's happy with that. Okay, buses are kicked in. We can now start off the next engine. Flight snacks will be Huntsman spiders. Yeah, they taste pretty good actually.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, N2 rising on this engine. (2021). There's the buses in. Okay, we can turn our ignition switch off now. And we can turn off our APU bleed. We can turn the APU gens off. The
tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thank you. The engine generators switches are default set on in the rotate. Don't know why, but okay, now we can get rid of the APU altogether. The galley can come on. Ice protection select meter goes to the captain. Whoops, wrong one. We set our hydraulic pumps to high. We don't need the cross-feed valves anymore. And our HP bleed comes all the way down to auto. Our trim's set. Our flaps, so we can set to 11. coming down now. And put our auto brake selector to take off. RTO. Making sure this checklist that I normally work off, I think it's wrong to have the seat belts coming on now. They should really be, they should really come on before we push back, that's for sure. I don't think we need the start pump anymore. Okay, we can go and put our nose light on to dim. And we can check our controls. Move it out of the way, see if my pedals are okay. Okay, weather radar can come on. Our transponder can go over to TARA. We can arm the auto brake. And that's about it. And put the timer on. Parking brake off, and let's have a look, see where we've got to go. Okay, straight ahead, turn right then on to Tango taxiways all the way down to Foxtrot at runway 10. Now what we can also do is we can hit the EPR limiter. Not yet, Saturn. Now I think this is where I've got to turn. Yep. I don't have any cabin call-outs with this aircraft. While we're taxiing down here, we can set our EPR buttons to flex takeoff. We can get our ignition over to both. Now we can put our nose light onto bright. Good idea to get back in line there. Yeah, it's not much of a scenery really. I don't think there's too many developers that concentrate on lot of the airports in Africa, particularly down this side. Fair bit of taxiway to go. Yep. I'd speed it up a bit. Quick look at the annunciator panel. Yeah, that's right, the ARTZ operative, which it's supposed to be. The automatic reverse thrust. Yeah, may as well do a bit of a rolling start here. Okay, Toga. Airspeed's low, 80 knots. B1, rotate. And positive rate, gear up. And fly for a while. Bring her over that way a bit, that's it. Let's have a look from the outside. We went a bit offline there. Trim, draw her up a little bit. Okay, over to here. Nav track. Autopilot. Cruise. Sorry, climb. And we can already go nav, VNAV. So if we look at the annunciator here, we've got FMS climbing to 10,000, nav track and VNAV. Speed is climbing. First lot of flaps up. Are we on track? Speed 200, flaps all the way up. Funny how on this particular aircraft, the rotate, everything goes dark all of a sudden. I don't know why. So what are we at? Climbing up to 3,300, and I think transition height was 4,200. Climbing very quickly. She really does climb. Looks like we're right there on track. Look at that. There we go for heights there. We're climbing quite rapidly, but say we set our altitude at our cruising height 320. Lovely. So if we have a look at our legs, we're off to Nami. Let's have a look. At 250 knots, and then after Nami we can be climbing to 292. So actually, Saturn, I think that's a new F-mod sound pack that I put on, but I put it on quite a long time ago, and I think LNA gave me the link for it. I don't think they're it's just a sound pack, they're no more powerful. And I think like V1 simulation, putting those larger engines on to make it the MD-80, I think there's a lot more power in those and a different sound about them. Oh no, I'm sorry, I think it's the same sound as what we're getting here. That goes back. Alright, we're well on the way, so make sure our climb mode is on here. And we can put our brake selector off there. We can go off and our ignition switch can go back to off. And we can retract our speed brakes. Our transfer pumps can go off. we're at, what are we at, what height? Well, over 14 we can turn off our lights for sure. All of them. And let's let the passengers move around. Already it says here, centre fuel pressure low. If we look at it, hang on, what's going on here? If we look at it, we're down to 0.3, so that means already the centre pump, the centre tanks are empty. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, my frame rates just took a bit of a hit then. Let's see where we are, right? Gee, we're already passing over the northern tip of Morocco, Algiers, Morocco. That's where we took off from there, tangent. There's Gibraltar, and we'll be travelling up this way and coming up to, heading up to Madrid that way. Can we see Gibraltar? Let's have a look. I'm not sure. Is that it there? Oh no, that's it here, isn't it? Yeah, there's Gibraltar Airport. How's the sound? Is that all right? Yeah, that's Gibraltar. The rock. Everything's looking good. Outside temperature. Where is it? Where is it? I think I've got to come down here a bit. There we go. -8 degrees. Thanks a lot, Loadmaster, for coming along. think it's going to be a relatively short flight, so might have to, yep, we're sort of starting to head up over the mainland now. It might be about time to start looking very seriously at how things are in Madrid. I'm getting that doubling up the mouse. I don't know what's happening. It's double clicking. Yeah, it's done it again. Okay. The weather in Madrid is QNH 1030, and our winds are 350 degrees at 4 knots. 350 degrees at 4. That's nearly directly coming from the north. So, okay, let's have a look. Wow, there's a lot of information there. Okay, let's have a look at our airports. Now, SimBrief recommended 32 left. And there's 32 left there. Now, winds are coming from 350 degrees, so that's almost head on. So it certainly looks like it's a runway 32 left arrival approach. And just going back down and having a look at our waypoints. I think the last one is Moral. Let's see if that shows up on a arrival. We've got a couple of them here, so let's have a look at this one. It's a 10-2H. Could be the one. So have a look at a 10-2F. Yep, I'd say that's the one. It means we're probably going to be coming in here, transitioning here through Burex and over to Pirellis and probably approach there. So let's have a look at our approach. Runway 32, what did I say? 32 left. Look at our choices. We've got a Cat 3 32 right. Gee, they've got some airports, haven't they? Had some runways. So we've got a Cat 3 at Zulu. For 3-2 left. Yes, Saturn, you're right. Yeah. That looks pretty good anyway. There was that Pirelli's waypoint there, so that's looking pretty good. So looks like we've got an IF there of 4,000 feet. Looks like we're coming into a displaced threshold. There's all our decision heights there. Cat 3 is 50, which is to be expected. Okay, we can work off that. How we're going for nearly up at our cruising height. It's taken a while. No doubt we'll probably be going down pretty well soon. I'll move him out of the way. Be good if we could move this over to the side of the aircraft like we can in the Zevo and just mount it over there and leave it going all the time, but this way it just tends to get in your way. Okay, so departure arrival at Madrid. We're going for a runway 32 left. I don't think that's the ILS approach. Let's have a look. There we go. And there's the 32 left on the Zulu, and that's the one we were looking for. And here's our Mirage Mora 1J, more at 4C. More at 4C. Actually, Morak 4C was the star that Simbrief recommended, so let's go for that. I'm not going to worry about any of these transitions, we'll just take it from here. Have a look at the menu. Look at the approach. Sorry, I've got to go back to the legs. See if there's any discos. Yeah, we've got one. That should have clicked. There we go. Execute it. And we're just coming up on our cruising height. Well, let's have a look at our modes, eh? I better execute that again. Yeah, we're going to be going to top of descent very quickly. Let's go through these steps. That's all over the place, isn't it? Oh, there we are. There's runway 32 there, so looks okay. Yep, that should be right. Okay, now that we're at our cruising height, this goes over to cruise. And our transponder direction goes to normal. Actually, I should have put that on above before, but not to worry. We can do an engine sync. that's it. Okay, now let's have a look at our progress. And our top of descent is at 125 nautical miles. Oh, Thrust Setter, how are you? I only just looked over at the chat there. Thanks for coming. So top of descent in 123 nautical miles. Look at our approach for VREF. VREF at 28 knots is, 28 degrees is 137, and that's what I'm going to go for. VREF 28, that's 137, add on 5, that's 142, and that's a really good landing speed for these aircraft. And there's our frequency for our ILS 10990, and it's 323 degrees. So let's get that organised. And of course, with the rotate, you don't put all your frequencies down on the centre console. They go up here. So we've got 10990, just happens to be right that side. And it was 323 degrees. Done. So all our VREFs, I've got all that organised. Back to here. Just checking everything out here. Let's just make sure that our outside temperature is, there's no clouds out there, so I don't think we need to worry about icing up. These little devils come all the way across, though. Quite good, isn't it? That's where you'll pop out details are, but I've got it assigned to a key on my yoke. No, not the yoke. I don't have a yoke. The joystick. And the other thing too, I also did is with the modes, rather than having to come over here and flick these and then go back again, I've got them assigned to my joystick. That's your distance out, distance in, modes. You just keep scrolling through it. Okay, so how we're going. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice weather, nice aircraft. Got that dirty look about it. Very well modelled. That's me. I'd better keep an eye on our top of the scent, eh? And while I think about it, let's see, Cat 3A will be decision height of 50 feet. These are just for non-precision with our Cat 2s, but we're doing a Cat 3, so it's 50. Now, that's 50 barrow, and this is where you set it on this thing. So each of one of those little clicks, whatever you want to call them, that's 100 feet. So for 50, you could do that. Now, if we also want to, we can do a radio at 50. Although it may not. Oh yeah, it will. So 4,000 feet is going to be our initial approach fixed to the glide slope. Again, displaced threshold. Let's have a look at our missed approach. Looks like climb on the runway heading. Talking about DME 2.9 from Bra there. So 2.9 DME from Bra. DME 19. Not quite sure all of these. Anyway, we'll just follow it as per the FMCO. Just have a quick look where we are. Gee. Hello, Alberto, how are you? Thanks for coming to the stream. Okay, we should be up here somewhere now. Where are we? I'm lost. Here we are. Here's Madrid up here, so we're going to be coming like that. We're going to be doing a couple of turns and into Madrid. This is all of the, down here is all of the Costa del Sol, Costa Bravo. Barcelona should be up here somewhere. Valencia. Alicante. Over here you've got Mallorca, Palma. Almira. Malaga there. All big holiday strip along there. Don't think we'll be showing up on this arrival yet. I think it was it F or H? I think it was H. So if I'm right, it's only about 11:15 at night on the east coast, where you guys are. Actually, just looking back through the chat there, Saturn, I do have a tablet to spare. And yeah, I know I should get around to putting some maps on it. I have used it from time to time for my checklists too. The other thing is I've got 3 screens too, so that makes it a lot easier. I'm actually running a little nav map on one of the screens, so it all helps. Okay, we're getting close to the top of descent. I may as well put in our 4,000. I'm not running active Sky because you can see my frame rates are just 26. I'm just managing to keep it above 20. I think OBS has got something to do with that, and YouTube as well. So if I was to put active Sky up, I may be in a bit of trouble. Not that I'm on VATSIM. Ah, no passengers. Terrible. Come on, close. Doesn't want to close. There it is. I'll do another one for you, Alberto, eh? And we should start dropping in a second, so let's have a look. Getting real close. Probably another, 20. Do I need the lights on us? Oh, yeah. Probably still a bit too dull. Nearly there. Here we go. Nope. Descending. Pull my phantom throttles back there. And down we go. So what we do now is on the EPR buttons we go to climb, even though we're descending. We put our transponder direction to below. We can now take off our engine sync. And I suppose we should do this. Put on our seat belts. Now what I should do is bring up Habitab again. And I think if I hit enter here, that doesn't work. Oh, I know. I can get it from here. That's it. I want my elevation. There we go. Airport elevation is 1,998 feet. So what I've got to do set our landing. And we'll get our QNH over to inches. That's for the cabin. Here we are, coming in on the arrival. So we should be making it a right-hand turn to Burex. There's Burex there. Down we go. You know, his engine sounds aren't bad at all. I believe, and I may be wrong, but when Rotate bring an update for this aircraft, which they won't be doing, I believe, until after the MD-11 is out, I believe in their update they probably are going to do their own F-mod sound. So it'll be interesting to see how that compares to this one. Okay, let's have a look at what our FMC is saying. We should be at 259 knots. And then down to 250. Sometimes it's the aircraft's a little bit slow at slowing down to those speeds, and sometimes you've got to help it. For example, if I'm getting to let's say this waypoint here, Tango Lima Delta 24, if we're not at 250 knots, I can hit the speed brakes and that'll bring it down. I do have some ortho for around here, but it may not start for a little while. I think what you see there is default. Yeah, actually, I think if you look over here, I think you can see where the tile is there. And more than likely, then we'll probably be turning right. Let's have a look. Yep, there we are. Okay, so speed still up there. It should be really 250 by that, at least by that waypoint. I think it's you can see the bug set itself there, and the bugs have already set themselves for the VREF. So it was a bit, what was it, 130, what was it, 137. So that bug there is set at 137. And I'm assuming this bug has set itself at 142. So everything's right there. Now speed gradually coming down to 250. So that's good. Don't have to hit the speed brake. I better find out what the transition height is. Transition height is 13,000 feet. Flight level 130. Yeah, Alberto, I was watching that, and yeah, they're big engines, aren't they? And I think, didn't the MD-90 end up becoming the Boeing 717. So how are we going for speed? Yep, a little bit over 250, and we'll be dropping to 220. And you'll notice that with the MD-80, your speeds all stay the same virtually right down to the close to the deck. I don't know why it's showing 220 here. Oh, hang on, that's going to be if you were going around. So you can see runway 32 left there is showing at 220, which of course you wouldn't be doing. So basically it's up to you as a pilot to get your speeds right. Now we're speeding up a bit, so in fact I am going to use the speed brake. 13,000 is our transition height, and our Q&H was 1030 if I remember. No, I'll just I think it was. So that speed brake's bringing our speed down for us now. With 250, we want to be down to 220. I've got to set the Q&H up here in 2 inches. And she's slowing down now nicely, so we can put that speed brake away. Saturn, you mean the MD-90 is available on the forums as what is the Boeing 717? Am I right? So we've set our initial approach fix at 4,000. We're descending at 900 feet a minute. We've got 220 on the speed there, and if I want, which I don't have to yet, I can take the first flap setting there. Okay, 10,000 feet, what we can do now is put on our lights.
The door closed.
Okay, ignition switch now comes to on. We put on our hydraulic transfer pumps back to on. We may as well set our auto brake setting there to medium. Coming down nicely. setting of that brings the leading edge so that it slats out. You found it on the forum, Saturn, but is it study level? What we might do is we just might just arm the flap, the speed brakes. I don't think we're going to need them. We should be doing a bit of a turn soon. Actually, we'll be doing a few turns, will we? Actually, no, we're coming up to finals now. .220 here on the MCP. We're descending 1,000 feet a minute. Looking good. So when we hit our next waypoint, Tallbeck, what we can do then is we can do an FMS override, which means that we can control the speed, but the VNAV will still bring the aircraft down for us. So we don't have to worry about vertical speed. And in fact, I think I might override things now. And so we're going to bring our speed down to say about 195. We're already starting to pick up the localizer and the ILS. So our speed should start to drop off very shortly. Here, Saturn, I'm just wondering if it is the default and they've just modded it a bit. So coming up now to our initial approach fix speed, 4,000 feet, we should see a fair drop off in speed. And now we're turning out, getting close to turning to finals. And that speed should be coming down a little bit more than that, so I'm going to bring it back down to about 175. Might have to use the speed brake. I think once it hits 4,000 it's going to yeah, here we go. I'm going to take some more flaps. It's coming down nicely now. We should start to capture the glide slope soon. Another flap. That should bring us down to flaps 15. Got to be careful where you... Yeah, let's go flaps 15. That's 175. Yep, let's go down to 165. And we can a little bit more. Gear can come down. Should start to see something with the ILS soon. Turning to finals now. 165 knots. Airport should be over here somewhere. I think that's it over there now. I think hopefully we should see some action here. I think there it is there. Okay, are we going to capture it or not? No, we're not going to capture it. Oh yes, there it is, coming down now. It's going to be a quick dive down, I'd say. Gee, that's oh, okay. Now let's get our speed all the way down to 142. Flaps down to 28. Let's just auto brake. I thought for a minute there I was going to miss it. Displaced threshold ahead. One, two, three, dot 4. Yeah, okay. Get the butter. Thrust setter, I've never been able to butter this thing yet. Good landings, hard landings, but not a butter. Anyway, my aircraft. Let's see how we go. Bit of a crosswind there.
1,000.
think I do have a crosswind. That noise in the background is not the aircraft, by the way. That's my wife making some iced coffee for herself. I got a bit of a crosswind there, I feel it.
300. 200.
There's our displaced threshold.
100. Minimums.
Continue.
30, 20. 10.
Oh, it wasn't too bad. Let's straighten her up, eh? Reverse is on. Took a while for the nose to come down. Minus 146. Boy, things are looking up. Okay, reverses can come off. Now I have no idea where to go from here. Flaps can come up. I'm guessing a lot of the gates are probably down that far end, eh? This is a big airport. So we'll pull up here and see exactly where to go. In the meantime, we can turn that fellow off. We can just put the dim on there and I'll just stop here for a minute. Let's have a look at our habitat. My gosh, look at the size of this airport. I'd say these are the gates over here. So if we keep going here and turn down, it's a bit, still a fair way to go, but let's give it a try before I forget though. Let's put the APU on. Thanks for coming, Saturn. So we put him down there and we can probably see a little bit better. Like I said, this is a goddamn big airport, isn't it? I think I can go down here. Hopefully there's some gates down there. But probably end up, it'll probably be the cargo area for sure. You could see there's even some more gates and things over this side. Okay, so we go past this one, and I think there's another turn. Oh yeah, looks like there's some gates. And we better turn that off so we don't blind anybody. I don't know if there's auto gate here or any marshals. We'll see. So it looks like I've got plenty of choices, doesn't it? Can't see where there's any turn off. We'll just head in there. Somehow that I don't think we're going to have an auto gate. Gee. What have we got here? Let's go for this N one. Actually, I think there is auto parking. As long as I can get it in there. Oh gee, there is. I might have to duck down a bit to see this fellow. Come on. Oh yes, look at that. A bit further forward. I'm a little bit off, I can see that. And stop. Too far. I knew you were going to say that. Well, I'm not going to push this back with, I suppose I could. Hey, what say we try the reverses up? Ah, there you go. Don't need you anymore. Brake on. Oh, right, okay. Taxi checks in, we've got to get rid of that's got to go off. We can turn him off. We've got our landing lights and our nose light off. We have to go to our flight director and turn him off. And position lights to on. I should have turned them off before. Our speed brakes, we've already retracted them all right. Oop, don't need that. Flaps all the way up. Should have done that. Transponder can go over to standby. We can turn the weather radar off. And our APU is on, so we may as well use the APU gems, which means we can now turn our engines off. And stay there. Oh, geez, and that works too. How about that? Oh, Let's open the door. Oh, surprising, eh? Black Knight, how are you? Thanks for dropping in. I didn't expect that. Anyway, what I might do though is I think I have to close the forward door if I want to do a replay. So let's see what happens here. You've got to be careful with this replay, haven't we? Because it crashes crashes a sim, doesn't it? Take it from there. I think I was coming in a lot too much nose high there. Take it off fast forward. Oh, there we go. That's the auto tile in the background. That's City of Madrid. Frames are getting a whack there. Oh, thanks Charlie for that. I haven't done too many live streams. Mainly I've had to do recordings because of all sorts of interruptions that I get here. Right, the nose angle is good there, but what I think I should have done when I actually touched down was to, oh, it's not too bad. Oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, I should have pushed the trim down a bit, and that would have pushed the nose down. See, I've actually started the reverses. I started the reverses before the nose wheel came down, but I've actually seen some real world pilots do that, so it's I don't think it's entirely a no-no. Yeah, I was getting a crosswind there. Flared okay. Yep. Yeah, just a bit nose high. Swing her over. Yeah, see the thrusters are on before the nose wheel came down. Okay, let's do a quick one. Do end a runway. Yep, try that one. Yeah, getting a bit of a crab there, but then it eases off as I get down a bit lower. Yeah, that's at extended threshold there. That's sorry. Display threshold. It was wandering there. At least they said it was a good landing. And we'll do one more. Actually, what I will do is I want to do a view that I've got here. Is it this one? Yeah, thanks Alberto.
400.
Look at these slats all the way out, eh?
300. 200.
Get rid of that. Yeah, there's your displaced threshold.
100. Minimums. 30. 20. 10.
I got that double call out on the minimums. One would have been the barrow and the other one would be the radio. Let's just take that up a little bit just for this one.
Minimums. 30. 20. 10.
Bit of a wing flex there. And one last one. I'll just do a tower one. I think I can. Is that, surely that's a tower. Oh, that doesn't seem right for a tower view, but anyway. Okay. I suppose now I can open the door again. Okey-doke, so that's about it. I'm done for the day. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming. Let's see who we've got here. We've got Saturn, of course, and Charlie. Who else? Loadmaster, Geo. Just looking down the list. And right towards Black Knight, thanks for coming. And all you guys. So until the next time, see ya.